Hello, I'm your host, Mark Boulos, and today I'll be presenting to you the LEED Daylight Credit. Let's start off by answering what LEED is. LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. LEED is the Green Building Rating System developed by the U.S. Green Building Council, USGBC in short. According to LEED, it is the most widely used green building rating system in the world. That being said, it is imperative to note that LEED is a baseline for sustainable design application and not a benchmark. LEED's building certification is obtained when a building meets a certain level of credits based on a set of performance standards placed by LEED's rating system. Among these credit categories, the Daylight Credit is classified under the Indoor Environmental Quality category. In fulfilling the Daylight Credit, a building can earn up to 3 points towards its overall rating. The more points a building amasses by implementing LEED-based innovative and sustainable design applications, the higher its certification rank becomes. This leads us to our case study for a building featuring the Daylight Credit. Stony Brook Millstone Watershed in Pennington, New Jersey is a LEED Platinum building that has earned 2 out of the 3 points for Daylight Credit. According to LEED, the Daylight Credit has for intent to connect building occupants with the outdoors, reinforce circadian rhythms, and reduce the use of electrical lighting by introducing daylight into the space. There are 3 ways to achieve the Daylight Credit. Option number 1 relies on simulation, a computer simulation that will determine the annual SDA, spatial daylight autonomy, and ASE, annual sunlight exposure. It is required to demonstrate an ASE of 1,250 for a maximum of 10% of regularly occupied spaces. What this means is that less than 10% of regularly occupied spaces should have direct sunlight of 1000 lux for more than 250 hours a year. SDA, on the other hand, has a minimum of 300 lux for 50% of annually occupied hours, where 1 point is given if this is achieved for at least 40% of regularly occupied floor area, 2 points are given if this is achieved for at least 55% of regularly occupied floor areas, and a maximum of 3 points are given if this is achieved for at least 75% of regularly occupied floor areas. Option 2. Like option 1, a computer simulation is required. This time, however, to demonstrate an illuminance of at least 300 lux and a maximum of 3000 lux between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. at the equinox for regularly occupied spaces. Lastly, option 3, measurement, implies the same conditions as was stated in option 2. However, it is conducted with in-person instrumentation over a period of time. This option is the least favorable of the 3.